It's iPhone season, and the iPhone 15s have finally hit the market, and much like every single year, they're incredibly controversial. So I just want to share my thoughts and opinions on the phones and kind of address what people actually use their phones for nowadays and why these are great at all of those things. I had the opportunity to get my hands on the iPhones for a few days, so I haven't used them super in depth, but I had a great opportunity to learn about them, use them, experience them for the first time. And my thoughts on them just initially are they are fantastic phones. That being said, I want to also address some of the things that people are complaining about, mainly the overheating and the durability. For one, I haven't had the overheating problem, so it's obvious that certain phones are getting it, certain phones aren't, and that sucks, but they're new devices, manufacturer defects happen, it is unfortunate, but you just gotta go try and get it repaired, or whatever Apple decides to do with that, we don't really know yet. People have a problem with the durability of these devices, mainly because they said that we're going to titanium, and those were going to fix most of the issues with durability that people had with the stainless steel. Unfortunately, the titanium models are not more durable than the stainless steel models. I would hearken to say that it's probably because the corners are now more receded rather than being those flat edges which were taking in more impact. So if you drop your phone on the corner, more than likely gonna break some of the glass, which is unfortunate, but it is not that big of a problem in my opinion. See, it's perfectly fine. They're perfectly durable. And this is where I've been getting called a corporate shill all over Twitter or X or whatever you call it nowadays. I don't think these phones need to be completely drop proof. I think they should be durable. Yes, I think they are durable. The fact of the matter is, this is only gonna break if you drop your phone on a very specific angle and it will damage the cosmetic features of it. That's unfortunate, yes, but either put your phone in a case or treat it much nicer because, I don't know, just take care of your To start, the displays, the speakers, and everything on this phone this year, like I said, they are fantastic. You have the XDR displays on the Pro models, and I'm only holding the Pro models right now, but even on the standard ones, you got a great Retina display. It's incredibly bright. It's a joy to consume content. Speakers are perfectly loud. Even the phone speaker is loud enough for you to be able to hear your calls and respond and all that kind of stuff. Not a major upgrade this year outside of the brightness, but it's better than last year. A much brighter display when you turn on the phone is very vivid, and you instantly see the difference between your current phone and the new one, and that definitely caught me off guard. Just in the unboxing, these things booted up and it says hello, and it is in your face. It's beautiful. For two, the body. The titanium finish is incredible. I will say, the natural titanium when looking online seemed like it was gonna be the sleeper color, but in real life, the blue titanium finish, I don't even know if it works on camera here, but it is gorgeous to look at. And as these aren't mine, and I don't know if I'm going to get my own quite yet, but I don't know, the blue's really pretty, but the natural titanium is kind of clean, as well as the fact that I know that this gets bumped or scraped, that it's gonna be silver, it's gonna be natural titanium under the blue finish. So I'm not 100% on what I'm gonna do quite yet. Titanium. You like it, you hate it, durability is a problem, whatever. But they feel better in the hand, and that is something that nobody's really arguing with. These receded edges make the phone feel a lot better in the hand, which is something you interact with on the daily. The new 5x zoom on the Pro Max is interesting. I mainly say interesting because you have to make a trade-off between the Pro and the Pro Max now. Do you want a 3 times or do you want a 5 times? Because not everybody wants a 5 times. In practice, just taking a picture of my cat, the zoom isn't that big of a difference. I could easily see myself in a situation zooming in with a 3 times and being able to just take a step back, and the 5 times is perfectly reasonable. So I would say that honestly, the 5 times I still think is the go-to, just because you can take a step back or you just get a better zoom. But to each their own. Some people don't need to zoom that big, don't want to zoom that big. That's perfectly understandable. Curious to see if the 5 times comes to the iPhone 16 Pro next year, or if they just get rid of the 3 times entirely, or do we go 4 cameras on the back and we get like a 6 times, a 3 times, a 1 and a 0.5. We don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen next year. But as of now, that's the big difference between the Pro Max and the Pro, is really just, do you want a 5 times or a 3 times telephoto? And honestly, the 5 times more zoom, I kind of prefer it. I'd rather take a step back than not have that full resolution zoom, personally. A quick note on the ProRes log, which is the highest end video format you could shoot on anything, honestly. Any camera nerds come in, don't take that at face value, but it's super good. It is the best footage I've ever seen shot on a phone. It looks like film. honestly, I'm shooting on a Sony a7C. Shooting log and ProRes is almost completely indistinguishable. It's insane. And if you just want a camera and you also need a phone upgrade, it might be worth just getting yourself a new iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max, because the camera is very, very competitive. And now that you can just plug in an SD card reader or a little Samsung T7 or SSD, you can film to a other storage. You don't even have to spell out $1,600 for the biggest hard drive phone. So the camera's damn good. The camera is very, very good. By the way, completely forgot to mention, this is future Andrew, but I didn't even mention the action button on the Pros, which is replaced the mute switch and is just a completely customizable button on the side of the phone. And it's awesome. I don't need to explain it more than that. It's a customizable button. You can hit whatever you want. And also, just to continue to drive home the point of how amazing the cameras are on this, I'm recording this piece directly to a T7 that is plugged into the phone in ProRes log with a little bit of color grading, of course. I know already it will look fantastic. The footage coming out of this phone on the max settings is absurd. The A17 Pro chip is a masterpiece. 3nm chip, it's incredible. It is smashing through things. I haven't played any of the games that are expected to release, such as Resident Evil, Assassin's Creed, so I haven't played it on that level. I've played a handful of different games. I've played Genshin Impact. I've played these kind of open world games, and this phone performs incredibly. It is bright and it is high frame rate, and that's pretty incredible just playing in the pocket. I'm very curious to see, once these massive games launch, if I find myself on my phone more than my Nintendo Switch. That will be a very interesting thing to see. You know, I'm generally a Pro Max user. I prefer my big displays. I watch a lot of YouTube on my phone, but I've also had a chance this year to run around with the Pro for a couple days. And I will say, especially with the edges, this feels really good in the hand. I still prefer my larger display, but interacting with this phone on the daily is a joy, because that chip just takes away every ounce of waiting you do to interact with any app, any page, any of the swipes. 120 hertz display that we got from the 13 and the 14 is still wicked fast, and that Pro chip really allows it to just fly through the UI, making it just a joy to interact with the device. I will also say, battery life on these isn't... Getting a new phone, you would kind of expect your battery to be better. It's about the same as my 13 Pro Max that I've been using, which is around the same as the 14 Pro Max. It doesn't seem that there's any big battery upgrades. I would assume it's because of that new Pro chip that's just eating up a lot of juice. But this isn't to say the battery is bad. My 13 Pro Max battery is amazing, and so these still are pretty good. And I didn't even mention yet, USB-C is back. It's a little bit slower on the standard phones, and it's USB 3 and fast on the Pro models, which is fantastic. USB-C is a really big deal, but also something you can't really talk much about because everybody knows what it is. Everybody has experienced USB-C on pretty much every other piece of tech. But the big thing that means for iPhones, because they didn't adjust how fast you can charge, is you can plug in a lot of accessories. You can plug these into monitors to play games. You can plug in external storage to record to. You have a massive array of accessories you can now just plug into your iPhone, which really opens up the iPhone's ecosystem to professional users, which is awesome. Because like I said, you can shoot video to a hard drive without having to get massive storage. I'm just so excited about that. I spill out a lot of money for the 13 Pro Max with the big hard drive so I could shoot ProRes. And now that you can just plug in a hard drive and shoot directly to it, it's amazing. So with all of those things being said, the phone is great. If you're considering upgrading, you should get them, because all the doom and gloom people are giving about these, it's not warranted. These phones are amazing, and it's a massive upgrade over last year's model even. That's really all I have to say about it. These are just impressions. I've only had them for a couple days, unfortunately, but I just wanted to share my thoughts about it because I've just been playing around with these. I think they're awesome. Phones are awesome. I love this year's phones. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I will answer them, let you know anything I've experienced or know about the phones. And if you like these types of videos or you like the tech, please subscribe. Been getting lots of viewers coming in lately, and I'd love to build up a little community that's reoccurring tech conversations, all that stuff. My favorite part about doing these videos is having the conversation with people about the cool tech that I enjoy. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please drop a like. See you guys next time. Peace.